Hello again, it's Trevor here with another Daclus quality review. This is part of my New Year's resolution to see every movie that comes out in my theater and give a quick little review while sitting in my car on my phone. So today I went and saw The Purge election year. This is the third in the Purge trilogy, I guess? I don't know. They could make more, I guess. But this seems like sort of the end. But I keep saying but a lot. Why am I saying but but I did see the first Purge. The first Purge, I saw it on video because someone recommended I see it. They said it was good. I didn't like it. So when the second one came out, I didn't bother seeing it. Though I have heard people who didn't like the first one said that the second one is good. I still just didn't end up seeing it. And then Purge the election year. This one is about there's a senator and she is trying to become president under the campaign of getting rid of the Purge because it's sort of making the rich more money. It's sort of very, and it's very the deaths and murders and all is very focused on the poor, and so it's very also it's very clear what it's trying, like it has a very clear message, very specific, very politically leaning to the left, and yeah, that's the movie. So yeah, if you're like politically leaning to the right, you probably won't like this movie mainly because of the themes, and if you're leaning to the left, you might not like this movie because it's not a good movie. It's just not a good. It's not a very good movie. Um, there are aspects that are good. There's an emotional bit near the end that I think if it were better, I would have maybe cried, but it's not a good, like the rest of it, there's several things that are pretty bad. I was actually starting to fall asleep. I was having trouble staying awake. So, yeah, it's not a particularly good movie. I would say there's those movies, and I've sort of mentioned this a little bit before, where people say you have to turn your brain off. I don't like that, but this is sort of one of those movies that I think a lot of people would say that for, and I think I've come up with what I would say is it's one of those movies you can get together with some friends and maybe put it on sort of in the background, but you're talking mostly, but you can watch it and just sort of laugh at what's going on. Maybe you're getting drunk or something. Because I feel like I've basically done that to a movie that's a lot like this with some of my friends on Halloween. Watch some stupid sort of horror-esque thriller type movie that's pretty bad, and we'd put it on, somewhat pay attention to it, mostly talk, and then turn and laugh at something and just make fun of it. And that's what I think this movie would probably work best as. It's very much like those movies, and the movies I'm talking about are generally like they're not in theaters. They're straight to DVD or Netflix or something. I mean, Netflix does some good stuff, but I mean they're just straight to video streaming, video on demand or whatever. And so, yeah, I could see it sort of being more of those. It doesn't entirely feel like it has a huge budget, especially at the start. I think they spent all their like whatever the biggest part of their budget on like a lot of the flashy lights and stuff and some of the bigger pieces, but even then it's probably not a lot. Um, yeah, it's not really my type of movie. I could see people liking this. It's kind of dumb. The writing is pretty poor, and I think that's part of why the emotional stuff didn't really resonate, because that there's some bad dialogue between some characters, even though I don't think, like, the main actors, I've seen a few of them in other things, and they're quite good. But this one, but it doesn't matter, because they're given pretty crap dialogue in this, so it's hard for me at least to enjoy it. I know a lot of people are laughing at some of the dialogue and stuff. It just doesn't work for me. It's just crude. It's not crude, incredibly crude humor, but it's kind of like a little It's just cursing, and that's funny because it's cursing and it's constant throughout, and it's just like that's all there is. Um, there are occasions where yeah, you can make cursing funny, like, but just constantly doing it doesn't make it funny. I don't know. Unless it's just like constant. This isn't constant. Like, just so over the top that it's just that it is funny. This isn't so over the top in that way, but it's a lot. It's a bit, it's not great. It's not great dialogue. It's not well written. I don't think it's particularly well directed. There's some weird shots. Acting wise, the main sort of cast is good for the most part, but then there's every other character is pretty bad. So I cannot recommend this movie. Don't see it. You might as well. If you like the other Purge movies, then maybe you'll like this one. I don't know. If you did like the first one, you'll probably like this one. I don't know. I do not know. That is all I can say. This is the best review I can give you right now. That's why this is a Daclus quality review. Thanks everyone for watching this Daclus quality review. So I have two other movies that came out this week. I have The Legend of Tarzan to see, and I have the BFG. I'm probably gonna go see the BFG with some friends who want to see it. Last time I went with at least one of them, they didn't want to really do the recording thing, so it's probably not going to happen. I'm probably not going to do it right away after the movie, just because I don't want to, force anyone into this thing if they don't want to. And so you'll get it a little bit later with BFG, but it's going to be a while probably before I see it, because we have to work out our schedules with work and stuff, because we have different work schedules. But we will see it, but I will probably see The Legend of Tarzan first. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to The Legend of Tarzan probably the most out of these movies, even though I'm hearing somewhat mixed things from it. Not entirely great, not entirely bad, so I don't know. I'm not hearing a lot. Like, I'm not seeing what the overall reviews are. I've sort of just seen a few different people's takes online of places I follow. So they're different. We'll see what I think, and I'll have it up for you. But until then, please subscribe to this channel to check out more reviews such as this for all the movies that are coming out. We also do trailer reaction videos here on this channel. Some friends of mine and myself react to the geeky trailers that come out for movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, whatever, and just post it up on the YouTube here. We also have a podcast, same friends and myself. It's Geek Wars Podcast, where we talk about the geeky news of each week. We also have a few other new podcasts we're starting to put up there. Right now we have Big Brother podcast for the U.S. TV show Big Brother, that is, where we'll just recap the week of what's going on and what are our opinions of what's happening in the game show world. Then that's called Reality Geeks. It's also just on the same network, the Geek Wars Podcast Network. We also are going to have a Die Hard-esque type of thing. I'll have more information on that later. That's it. That's the podcast right now. We're going to probably build more, but let me just stop there. What else? We have a Twitter, which is @GeekWarsPodcast. You can like us on Facebook, @GeekWarsPodcast. And you can follow me on Twitter, @Daclus. Spelling is in the title of the video. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And until next time, bye!